Ho, 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 Merry Christmas to all of you lovers of XRP, because what Christmas has come early with this beautiful gift that we've had in the last 24 hours or so to back up our trucks and pack in even more XRP than before. I actually missed the bottom, but I actually went ahead and bought a few tokens more of XRP because of the bright future that I see for this token and some of the others that I'm going to mention in this video. But none of this stuff is financial advice. Remember, I am a YouTuber with a camera and a microphone and some dry powder to involve myself in this glorious shift in the financial system that's happening, that is also bringing financial freedom and generational wealth to so many around the world. All right, let's start with what's happening generally in the crypto world. We are at greed at the moment, which is much less than we were before. So people are starting to get a little bit fearful. I'm not surprised. A lot of people were wiped out in the last 48 hours or so because of the leverage washout that happened. But look, Bitcoin is actually back at 98,252. It's only a matter of time before that goes over 99,000. And then we're approaching all-time highs once again. And at which point the greed is going to move into extreme greed. It's an emotional roller coaster. It's how it works. It always happens like this no matter what. And the people who understand that mechanism can capitalize on it and don't fall for it. Talking for falling for it, right? I just had a look at this meme coin called Pepu. Now, this is clearly some kind of name recognition thing, but it's pumped 136% in the last day. In the last 7 days, you know, it's pumped slightly less, but the pump has come quite recently, right? Obviously, it's a new one that's been released. It's been made to look like Pepe coin. See, it says Pepe Unchained, Pepu. So it's not Pepe, but yeah, I don't know, man. People are crazy. This just goes to show that we are approaching euphoria. The Trump coin is slightly down, but you know, memes appear to have woken up slightly again. I have already cycled all my memes into AI, so I actually don't have any memes at the moment. Perhaps that was a mistake. Maybe I moved too early. Who knows? But I'm expecting AI to do very, very well indeed in the coming bull market. But talking about the bull market, I think the parabolic bull run has been suspended right now, actually. Not financial advice, do your own research. I think we're just going to move relatively sideways. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, whatever. I think we're going to move sideways-ish up until January 20. Yes, we might see the odd pump here and there, and we might see the odd washout here and there. But I think generally speaking, we're going to move sideways now till the new administration resumes power, or should I say assumes power in the United States, because we're kind of like in a lame duck period right now where the SEC is still able to do some weird things and people are still slightly skeptical. But if you look at the things that has been promised by the incoming administration, the future is bright indeed. One of the things that has been promised, of course, is that the United States is going to become the new Dubai. What I mean is there's going to be tax-free crypto. Now, this is a promise. Now, I doubt that they can actually do this because, you know, how much power does the president really have over taxation in a country like the United States? I think there are other independent bodies that deal with this, taxes and stuff. You know, there's a lot to do. There's going to be a lot of legislative changes, a lot of, you know, things that could be dragged through the courts. I don't know exactly how the political situation works over there, to be honest. I have a slight idea because I've been following for the last 20 years. Who isn't? The whole world follows the United States politics in the United States, but the structure of it is such that there's so many checks and balances that a president can't just come and say, look, we're going to change taxes, that it's going to go through like Senate and House and blah, 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 and the courts and can be challenged. And immediately another administration gets there, they can just roll it all back. So whether or not this is actually going to be a reality, I don't really know. But if it did happen, whoa, it's going to be absolutely amazing for the economy of the United States. Not only is it going to open an amazing door for cryptocurrency companies, cryptocurrency holders, it's going to open a tax-free possibility for companies to store their wealth in a way that is tax-free, which you may or may not agree with, but that's going to cause an influx of capital into the United States. It's also going to light a fire underneath the startup industry. We're going to see a lot of new crypto companies fire up, and I think it might ignite the United States crypto infrastructure, crypto industry that is actually dying out at the moment. What that also is going to do is going to absolutely moon the ISO 222 tokens. Those are compliant and are based based in the United States, because they are the ones that are going to be working with the government of the United States to make some of these things possible. And Donald Trump is talking the talk. Will he walk the walk? Nobody knows. We shall see. If you're wondering which tokens are ISO 222 compliant, you can actually just check out on Google. This is a really good article. It tells you what's what, which is which. You can decipher which ones are based in the United States, which ones aren't. I personally believe that even the ones that are not based in the United States are going to do pretty well anyway, by association and by compliance. Chief, of course, of which is XRP. XRP is the big daddy of all ISO 222 compliant currencies. The others are Stellar, Cardano, Quant, Algorand, Hedera, IOTA, XDC, etc. There are also some that are not particularly ISO 222 functional, but they are compliant. An example of that is Chainlink. Chainlink is compliant, obviously, because it's an oracle, and that's going to play also a massive role in linking a lot of these tokens together and providing oracle data in the background. So I'm epically bullish on Link at the moment. They also are making some moves and making the appropriate connections here and there, especially with companies and organizations and projects outside of crypto, which makes sense because for those companies to come into crypto, they're going to be looking at companies like XRP, of course, for their ledger, and of course at Link for providing them with accurate blockchain data. We are slightly disappointed, of course, that Microsoft shareholders have rejected the call to invest in Bitcoin, but apparently the company doesn't entirely rule it out. How can they? I'm sure that they are frustrated themselves. They want to do it. You can see others do it. They can see the success of MicroStrategy. Perhaps the baby presentation that Michael Saylor made didn't impress the big guys, and I'm willing to bet that those same shareholders themselves privately probably already hold as much Bitcoin as they want to. Maybe they don't want the company itself to hold Bitcoin collectively. But you know what? I think that this is going to be a turnaround. At some point, Microsoft is going to have to throw in the white towel. The thing is, they have so much money. They're not in a hurry to buy Bitcoin for profit because they're making money hand over fist with Microsoft anyway. The stock is, highly valued on the stock market. They have products that they're selling. They're old school in a way. Isn't it funny how Microsoft, who was like a game changer, a new school that basically ushered in the dot-com boom back in the day, are now seen as the old fogies that are resisting the new movement, right? But it's only a matter of time. Likes of Microsoft, the likes of Apple, likes of Google are going to directly invest in Bitcoin. And they're going to do it when the price is high. They have enough money to buy in. In fact, in a funny way, we need these guys to be there to buy in at the high prices, right? We want the governments to buy high. We want the organizations that are financial institutions to buy high. We don't want them to make too much profit when Bitcoin hits 200,000, 300,000. We don't want them to be in 10x profit because these organizations from the past, a 10x for them is something unheard of, and they might be tempted to take profits, right? So we want them to come in actually when the price is already high. So companies like Microsoft, they're going to come around eventually and buy in. So no way, it's a long-term bullish thing that they haven't done it yet, if you know what I mean. Brad Garlinghouse and XRP. Now, the Ripple CEO criticizes the 60-minute interview thing for neglecting the key XRP details, specifically concerning the fact that XRP is not a security. Now, I didn't actually watch the 60-minute interview, but I wonder why Brad Garlinghouse himself didn't make a big point of this repeatedly. Obviously, the interviewers controlled the conversation, and the edits that have been played and the analyses that have been made of the interview later on and the little clips and segments that are being shown neglect that fact, omit all the positive things about XRP and tarnish XRP and put XRP in the same pot with all these other tokens that they are securities. Now, obviously, Garlinghouse has challenged the misleading claims, but on social media, this is the thing. You can say anything you want. You're not obliged to tell the truth on social media. So all of these people, Stark and all those guys are saying that XRP is a security. They can say that on social media. They can say that even on some news programs. But if you put them under oath, they all of a sudden start to sing a different tune. So social media, YouTube, X, all of those people, even mainstream media, right? A lot of these are entertainment opinion shows. People allowed to say anything that they want. Obviously, their reputation has been staked. They were found to be lying at a later date. But there is no legal consequence for someone who goes on CNN or one of those programs and says something completely wrong on purpose, misleading people and outright lying, doing it on social media. There is actually nothing illegal about any of that. They're not under oath. They're allowed to say whatever they want. When you put people under oath, when they're at risk of perjury and imprisonment, all of a sudden, people start to sing the truth. We've seen this over and over again, especially with all the public court cases that we're seeing in the political shenanigans that were happening in the United States in the past decade or so. And people go out and say one thing when they're under oath, all of a sudden the story changes. So you as a person who is an investor in XRP or in crypto need to understand that these are games that are being played on purpose. There are agendas. I mean, like this segment was predetermined. There was an agenda behind it. And the agenda was just played out by the host of the show. They asked the questions that they know that they can then create a particular look, particular message against XRP after the message. And, you know, they have clips of Garlinghouse sitting there saying things, and then they can massage that and edit that to make it seem like whatever they want, to make it tell whatever story they want to tell. You just have to understand and know what you hold. XRP is going to the moon. All of the ISO 222 tokens are going to the moon. AI tokens are going to the moon. You just have to pick the correct ones. We know XRP is the chief of the ISO ones. Not financial advice, your own research. Ho, ho, ho. Once again, Merry Christmas to the whales. Merry Christmas to those that are able to buy $1.90. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.